So after almost 1 to 2 weeks that we've not uploaded on our channel, for obvious reasons, we are back again on your screens once again, and we are coming to talk about the transfer window because we have about 2 to 3 weeks to go to the end of the summer transfer window. Meanwhile, the La Liga is also starting this weekend, and the clubs are making some interesting moves. Some of the players too are making interesting moves, and we need to talk about all these things. And I think it's just right that we talk about them because Manchester City are very furious with Barcelona, and we need to talk about the reason why they are furious. We need to get into details of that. Chelsea have also set a deadline date for Manchester City in their pursuit of Enzo Fernandez, the Argentine, and then a certain Barcelona legend and a former Barcelona coach, former coach of Al Sadd in the Qatar, is also in the news for obvious reasons for a coaching job. So we need to talk about him too. Some of the players too are making some interesting moves. So we need to get into more details of this and bring you more transfer stories flying around. Some of them are confirmed already. Some of them are also some of them, I think from today up to Saturday or Sunday, we will see much of them being completed. But before we do that, subscribe to the channel, follow us on all social media platforms, share our videos, like, comment. Your feedbacks are most important to us because I think that's where we can help and build something strong, help and build something that will take us to somewhere. So your feedbacks let us know whether we're on the right path or we are not, or any question that you have for us. That's where we get to know your feedback in your comment section. So just let me know your comment. Let me know your comment. Then follow us on social media platform. The name is Sports Gazette. Everywhere you go, all social media platform. The name is Sports Gazette. Everywhere you go, that's the name that we use there. So let's help build something strong here. So let's get into it. So okay, Barcelona, Manchester City are furious with Barcelona. Not that tension or something, but even though they have a very good relationship, but they are furious a little bit because today is exactly 1 week that the news pop up that Barcelona are in the news for Rodri. They are hijacking a move for Rodri to Real Madrid, and the following day, Rodri agreed everything with Barcelona that he will play for them, and he rejected the move to Real Madrid that he wants Barcelona, which I think is a very good move for him because per how he plays and everything, but the Barcelona move suits him more than Real Madrid, even though I would love to see him in the Real Madrid colors, in the white colors, but that was a move that will suit him more, and moreover I have a lot of teammates in that Barcelona team, so it's okay. So the reason Barcelona are furious is the first Manchester City are furious is the first bid that Barcelona sent to Manchester City was, I think, 40 million plus 10 million or 5 million others, which was total insult to a Ballon d'Or player, to the best player at the just ended World Cup. Very bad from Barcelona. But that's how negotiations starts. When you want a player, you have to present something that they have to know that you are serious. So I don't blame Barcelona for that. But after they submitted that bid, Barcelona told Manchester City told them the only way we sanction a move for Rodri to Barcelona is 80 million. That's the package. So whether it's 75 plus 5 add-ons, whether it's 70 plus 10 million add-ons, we want a total package of 80 million. So Barcelona went and came back again was it Monday or Tuesday? Barcelona bid again. They bid again for Rodri, and the bid was in I think 60, in the 60 column. I think it was 50 plus 10 million in add-ons or something like that. And Manchester City were like, this is not what we told you. We want 80 million. That's the total package, 80 million. So this is the reason why Manchester City are furious with them. They have a very good relationship between Barcelona and Manchester City because they've done some deals recently. Ferran Torres, Eric Garcia. So they have a very good relationship. But Manchester City said, if you want Rodri and you are serious about it, just bid for 80 million and we will sanction the move for you. And I think it's a very good price. Very good price, because if you see the kind of price that some of the average players are moving in to other clubs, Elliot Anderson is an example. Elliot Anderson, who plays for the English national team, who has recently joined Manchester City in 116 million pounds. So if a player like this is commanding this transfer in this current regime that we are in, and you think Rodri doesn't deserve that 80 million, what are you telling me? Because we saw Rodri dominating some of the best midfielders in the World Cup in the tournament that just ended. So in the 8 days, he's still good quality enough to give you at least 2 to 3 solid seasons. There is Barcelona who have a very good academy, very good young players that can learn from Rodri by playing alongside them. You see, you have Marc Asado, you have Marc Bernard, you have Pedri. All these players can circle around Rodri and learn something from him. In the next 2-3 years, Rodri goes and don't have a problem with it, because we saw Casado in his young age doing fantastic when he burst into the scene for Barcelona in his first seasons. So if you have Rodri in the team and Rodri can guarantee you 2 to 3 years, he can teach them a lot. So Barcelona have to bid the 80 million for them, and I think that's okay. That's the reason why Manchester City are few. But Barcelona said they are confident. Barcelona are optimistic that a deal could be done for Rodri in the next couple of days. So let's see how it goes. But that would be an interesting move. That would be a big move for Barcelona. I think someone that they need. Not that they don't need it much than Real Madrid do. Real Madrid is the one who needs Rodri more than Barcelona do. Because I think Real Madrid doesn't have any control in the team. Even though Barcelona have it in Pedri and then Dijon. But not to the extent of how Rodri does it. So you can say Barcelona still need him. They do, but not as how Manchester City need him. Real Madrid need him. But I think that would be an interesting move. I would not commit that move to Barcelona. To be honest, I would not commit that move to Barcelona. Okay, so let's talk about Chelsea too. Because yesterday around Ghana here, around 7 to 8 there, and then the news pop up that Chelsea have set a deadline day for Manchester City in their pursuit of Enzo Fernandez. Because Manchester City, after Pep Guardiola left, they brought in the former Chelsea coach in Enzo Maresca, who is trying to renew or reunion his friendship or his, with Enzo Fernandez, and by bringing him to Manchester City to come and work under him. And I think that would be right. But Chelsea said they've set a deadline day for them, and it's Friday, 5 p.m. UK time. And Chelsea said in their statement that they've categorically told Manchester City the price for Enzo Fernandez, the payment terms, the payment structure and everything. So they said it's 120. That means you can deposit, you can pay upfront of 100 million and then add-ons of 20 million, making it 120. Deposit, you can pay upfront of 110 million plus 10 in add-ons, making it 120. That's what Chelsea are requesting now. Chelsea said they want 120 for Enzo Fernandez. 120 million. Either you pay it or the player stays. But I think the reason why I think Chelsea are showing much serious in this is, and how the reason why I think their statement is right is, they are showing a signal to Enzo Fernandez that even though we count on you and you are a very much important player, you are the assistant captain of the side or of the Chelsea team, you are still not untouchable. If you want to go, we will sell you. That's what they are telling Enzo Fernandez now. You are not untouchable. So they didn't say they are not selling him. They set a deadline day. If no team comes, he will stay in the team. But if any suitor comes and Enzo Fernandez want to move, they are ready to sanction that move. If it's not in the duration of where they are saying the deadline is, that's Friday, tomorrow. So you have to know that Chelsea are trying as much as possible to avoid any, because if Enzo Fernandez leaves now, for you to get a player in the caliber of Enzo Fernandez, it will be very, very difficult for them. His replacement will be very, very difficult, if you are being honest here. Because top 5 in the world, Enzo Fernandez is in there. And which player can you see boldly that Enzo Fernandez can play? Will replace Enzo Fernandez, and you will not see any disagreement, anything that will say, oh, like this player, like Enzo one man can wait. No, there's no player which I think. Most of the players are in team where Chelsea cannot go and buy them. So a player like Vitinha, a player like Declan Rice, a player like Zubimendi, a player like Bruno Guimaraes, a player like Valverde, Tchouaméni. You see? So it's very, very difficult for them. So that's why they are setting up a deadline day that if no team comes, especially Manchester City, if they doesn't come and so we are ready to pay the 120 million bid, Enzo is staying. But one disadvantage to the Chelsea side or to Enzo Fernandez side is if the player stays now, if no team come up to Friday, the time that they said, and no team come and the player still stays in the team, what will be his input in the team? What will be his reaction? Will you still obey Chelsea now, like Enzo that we've seen in the subsequent in the last 3 seasons for Chelsea? Obey Nakumem because it's clear and obvious that the player wants to leave, and Chelsea are ready to sanction the move. If only you pay what they are demanding in the duration that they are requesting for. So what do you have to do now? Just sit down with Enzo Fernandez. We cherish you that much. We want you to stay and all those stuff. And one thing to have realized in this preseason match that Chelsea are playing is Xavi Alonso, his number 8 are most important to him than number 6. So we saw it at Leverkusen. Granit Xhaka was more influential than Andrej, who was playing as the number 6. Granit Xhaka pop-ups with goals, assists, tackles, box to box, everything. He does everything for them. We saw it at Real Madrid. How Tchouaméni, even this guy, Tchouaméni was most important to him. Tchouaméni was one of the players who flourished under Xavi Alonso. And his wing backs are often most important to him at the same time. So Enzo Fernandez is one of the players who help Xavi Alonso if he's able to do something with this Chelsea team. So I think they just need to sit down and know the way forward. Because I don't think if Enzo stays, I don't think he will be playing obeying the Chelsea. No, because he made it categorically with Cucurella. That Cucurella, even Enzo crowd, they will say Nakuma now Madrid because it feels like Madrid is like Buenos Aires in Argentina. That's how it feels. So he one day like to live in Madrid. That should tell you that this player Nakuma should need him. So what do you have to do? Just sanction a move for him. I think just Chelsea have shown that they don't want to sell him all right, but if your moves come, they will sell him. So you see how that one will go. Okay, a certain Barcelona legend, former Barcelona coach, is also in the news, and who is that? Is Xavi Hernandez, former Spanish, former Barcelona coach, former Barcelona legend. He's also in the news for obvious reasons, and I think yesterday the news popped up that he's going to take the coaching job at Netherlands after Ronald Koeman left. So this is the second time that Ronald Koeman have left the job and then Xavi have come for the job. You saw it at Barcelona. When this guy left, Ronald Koeman left, he came in, took Barcelona and won. I think he won La Liga, some other trophies. And he's also done the same thing in this Netherlands team. He's coming to take them up to, I think he signed for a 4-year contract, which from now up to the next World Cup in 2030. So he will be supervising them for the Euros and then the rest the UEFA Nations League that they play and all those stuff. So I think that would be good for them. That would be good because how Xavi philosophy and then the Holland or Netherlands philosophy is, I think it kind of will connect with something. It connects with something. So I think it will be a good move for him. Very, very good move for him. So you just have to go there, stabilize everything for them. I think Holland have a very good team. The Netherlands, they had a very, very, very good team. So let's see how that one too will go. I just wish him all the best. I think he's one of the good coaches around that you can have. So if he have gotten a move, because he's been saying it most of his interviews that for now, if he will be taking a coaching job, he will prefer a more national team coaching job than a club football coaching job. So for him to go and get a job at Netherlands, I think it's good for him, good for his career. He should just keep on building himself for the next job ahead of him. So that will be interesting. Tijani Reinders is also in the news. The last time we saw a news that Nottingham Forest are interested in him, which Manchester City are willing to sell. But today the news pop up that Al Qassia in Saudi Arabia, Charlie, decisions. in Saudi Arabia are interested in him. They are in advanced talks with Manchester City for a 60 million transfer fee, which I think is good for Manchester City. But obviously, where the moves is coming from, they will cough up the money. So that one day, I'm not surprised with the money that Manchester City are taking now. But the player haven't made a decision yet whether to go or not, because I think he's one of the good players that you can have around. So Newcastle can pop in and get him to replace Bruno G. And that would be good. Offer Manchester City 40 million. I'm not saying is that bad to a player. No. It's just that sometimes decisions that you make doesn't necessarily pop up to be the best. He was one of the best player in the Serie A, one of the best midfielder in the Serie A. That all teams are circling around him, but he moved to Manchester City and it turned out to be a disaster. Him and Nico Gonzalez, we've not seen what they've done for Manchester City under Pep Guardiola. So Enzo Maresca came in, and I don't think Maresca value him that much. He wants to work with him. So, and moreover, if Rodri leaves, we've heard the news of Enzo Fernandez already. Boadi is also coming in. The Moroccan young chap who flourished at the World Cup is also coming. So it will be very difficult for him. Okay, Ferran Torres is also on the move to Paris Saint-Germain, and I don't know why Barcelona are trying to sell this guy, because after the season ended, you've lost Lewandowski, and the player that you wanted to replace Lewandowski, the player is on the move, all right. The player wants to come, but the club that he plays for doesn't want to sell the player to you. They prefer selling the player abroad. If only they want to sell, they prefer selling him abroad. So Arsenal is interested. I'm talking of Julian Alvarez and Atletico Madrid. They don't want to sell the player to Barcelona. They don't want to they don't want to sell to any club in Spain. And the only clubs in Spain that can afford to sign him is Barcelona and Real Madrid. Obviously, Real Madrid doesn't want him. They don't need him because they have quality in abundance in that position, the position that he plays. There's no way he's going to play ahead of this guy, Mbappe. No. So Barcelona is a realistic move for him. He has agreed personal terms with Barcelona. Everything is agreed. But they say they don't want to sell to Barcelona. The only way you can get him out of the club is paying his buyout clause, which is 500 million pounds or euros or something, which is outrageous, and Barcelona will never do that in a while. Barcelona will never ever do that, and you know they will never do that. So for you losing Lewandowski and you not getting the replacement in yet, and you are selling Ferran Torres, I think it's very bad. It's very, very bad, because you are going into the season without having a proper striker. You can say, oh, they will play with a first nine, Gordon is there, Daniel Mo is there. But you having a first nine doesn't necessarily guarantee you having, like, when you have a poacher in the number 9 position, you see that, yeah, this is a player. And Alvarez comes with a lot of qualities. Set piece taker, he's very good at it. Penalty taker, he's very good at it. Free kick, everything. Goals, dribble, Charlie. He's a full package player. So just sit down with Barcelona, Atletico Madrid. If they don't want to sell him, and just move on. You have Lautaro Martinez on your list. Just move on for him. But you're selling Ferran Torres now, I think it's very bad. Even though I think it's a good move for Ferran Torres. He said he's requesting for game time, and I don't think he's going to get guaranteed a great game time at Paris, because when Dembele, Desire Doué, Christian Kvaratskhelia, Bakula, all these players are fit, there's no way you are starting ahead of any of them, because you are not. No, you are not. So he's also going to be a bench player or bench warmer at Paris Saint-Germain. One thing that he's guaranteed with is trophies, because Paris Saint-Germain have shown that for the past 2 years or 3 years, they are guaranteed of any season, they are guaranteed at least 2 trophies. You know it. So Barcelona should have just sit down with Ferran Torres and give him new contract extension. The player said in that interview that if only Barcelona cherish me and they want me, they know what to do. What do you have to do? Sign, give him contract extension, increase his money, because he have shown for the past 2 years that even though he's a bench warmer at Barcelona, every season he pop-ups at least 20 plus goals involvement. So this is a very good player that you have to have in your team. So I don't understand the reason why they are selling him. And we see how it goes. But another player too is Bradley Bakula. He's also in the news yesterday after they won the Super Cup against Aston Villa. Obviously, they will, yeah. But after they won it, Nasser Al-Khelaifi said The reason why this guy didn't get even a minute, Bakola didn't get a minute in the game was they know that they are in talks with Liverpool. And they can't guarantee whether he will stay or he will leave. So you have to know that they are selling him. If only Liverpool cover with that money and pay the money for them, you will see how it goes too. Marcel is telling you to stay in. Chelsea fans, get out, get out, get out. Chelsea fans and United fans. No, this is an Arsenal boy, true and true. Yesterday, in the friendly match where he scored, did you see the laugh? He said, I'm sorry for all the stories flying around. I'm sorry. And he said, I love you. So Chelsea fans and Manchester United fans, please, I beg shift, shift. You won't get him. So let's see how it goes. The La Liga is starting over this weekend. I think our next video we will start talking about the league starting and then all those stuff. But subscribe to the channel, follow us on all social media platforms. We will see you on your screens once again. Peace.